still wearing the dark suit he wore the night he was found dead. So severely haunted, children are banned from spending the night, and Ouija boards are strictly forbidden. Childlike laughter echoes in empty rooms. Some claim the employees and patrons still visit from beyond the grave.
North America. Isla de las Muñecas, Mexico City. Just south of Mexico City, tucked between the canals of Xochimilco, lies the floating island of dolls, home to hundreds of creeptastic dolls hanging from trees and vines. Island visitors have reported seeing the small figures moving their heads and arms and opening their eyes. The dolls were hung from the trees in the 1950s, after a young girl was found drowned in the water lilies in the canal. The island's owner, Don Julian Santana, strung up the dolls. He believed they would appease the girl's spirits. Unexpectedly, Santana drowned himself in the same spot where he found the little girl years before. It's 3 to 4 hour round trip by ferry from Embarcadero Cuemenco or Embarcadero Fernando Celeda. Getting to the island is tricky, but worth it for a truly spooky experience. Queen Mary, California. If you've ever been through Long Beach, California, it's not a replica of the Titanic that you see docked. It's a famous British ocean liner named the Queen Mary. Her maiden voyage took place in May of 1936, and she sailed to a permanent mooring in California in 1967. After tourism dropped off, the Queen Mary survived a collision at sea and played a significant role in the Allied campaign in World War II, including D-Day. The world's most haunted ship is said to house about 150 known spirits that have never left the ship. Voted one of the most haunted places in America, the Queen Mary holds twilight tours and seances regularly, allowing visitors to experience the paranormal activity firsthand. West Virginia Penitentiary, West Virginia. The unique Gothic design prison first opened in 1866 in Moundsville, West Virginia, and didn't close until 1995, meaning there is a long history and plenty of ghost stories to go with it. There were executions, riots, and murders among inmates, and legend has it that they still haunt the grounds. Besides the violence amongst the inmates, prisoners were regularly beaten and tortured by prison officials, so the exact number of inmates who died here is unknown. But it is known that here 85 men were hanged and 9 were electrocuted in a chair called Old Sparky. Robert the Doll, Florida. Robert the Doll is named after Robert Eugene Gene Otto, a 19th century boy in Key West, Florida. But Robert was never a typical doll. This life-size straw-filled doll is said to have supernatural abilities and tormented Gene and his family with manic giggling and movements. His mom locked the doll in the attic, but after Gene's parents passed away, he inherited the house. Today you can visit Robert the Doll at the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, but make sure you ask permission before taking a picture. Robert is known for casting curses on those who don't. Craigdarroch Castle, British Columbia. This Canadian castle was built by coal baron Robert Dunsmuir in the late 1800s and is now a historic site. He died in 1889 before the castle was finished, but his family lived in the castle until his wife's death in 1908. The ghost of his wife, Joanne, is rumored to frequent the ballroom while guests have reported hearing children crying and the piano playing on its own. The castle is open for tours daily. Gibraltar Point Lighthouse, Ontario. The Gibraltar Point Lighthouse is the oldest on the Great Lakes and also the oldest building in the city of Toronto. First lighthouse keeper, German-born J.P. Redel Müller, disappeared mysteriously in 1815. Human bones were found nearby, and it was uncovered that he was murdered by drunk soldiers for beer. Local legend has it that Radelmier's ghost still haunts the lighthouse. Some have seen an apparition wandering the grounds, while others have heard noises coming from inside. Tours are available by appointment. Smith College, Massachusetts. History dates back to colonial times. Smith College in Northampton is said to be rife with paranormal activity. The most famous story, the campus's Sessions House, built in 1710, with a secret passageway underneath. The passage was built by the home's residents as a hiding place, also a secret meeting point between General John Burgoyne, who was held as a prisoner by Captain Jonathan Hunt in the Revolutionary War, and Hunt's granddaughter Lucy. A pair of ghosts have been spotted near the staircase. Reports from several buildings across campus involve spirit sightings, as well as odd sounds and mysterious occurrences such as doors opening and bookcases moving on their own. Hospicio Cabanas, Guadalajara. This UNESCO site has served as an orphanage, insane asylum, and military barracks in its long history. The paranormal activity mostly involves children. One of the legends is that the massive clock from 1952 stopped every time a child died in the orphanage. The building is open for tours throughout the week.